Hi children, good morning. Welcome back to our session. So, I have sent some notes regarding to the previous chapter, that is the force and pressure. I think you have already completed the writing of the notes. If not, go with that with a very good handwriting, children. Then let me come back to our session. So today's class, let me see. Yesterday I was traveling by bus. The bus driver suddenly he kept the brake. Then what happens? Inside the passengers, they were leaning sidewards, frontwards. Why it happened so? Let me think. So I think almost all you are well known about the bicycle riding. So when the bicycle riding, what will happen here if suddenly brakes it has applied on that? We can't control. That means the external force we are not at all acting on that. So sudden brake it has happened means that means the bicycle will be stopped for a while. Then throw a ball, children. Just from the ground, just if you are throwing the ball for a particular place, it goes and stop there. Why it happened so? What is happening here? Yes, because of the friction. Due to the friction, this bicycle is going to stop for a while. When the bus driver suddenly he has applied the force, it is going to stop, and when we throw a ball, it goes to the particular place and it is going to stop. So these are all examples are related to our friction. So today's class we are going to learn about the friction. What is that, children? It is the friction. So what do you mean by the friction? Let me see the few examples for this friction.
Force of friction. Force of friction is the force which opposes the motion of an object over a surface. So the force of friction acts between the object and the surface. So how the friction is going to act? Here we need the object and also the surface. That means two things we have to need. For example, a ball rolling on ground gradually slows down and comes to rest due to force of friction between the ball and the ground. So here how many objects are there? Two objects, that is ball and the ground. If we stop paddling a bicycle, it gradually slows down and comes to a stop due to force of friction between the wheel and the road. Here also how many objects are there? Two objects, that is the wheel and the road. So the example, the ball which it is in the rest. So while we are pedaling the bicycle, sudden brakes happens means it is going to come to the stop position. Why? Because here the pushing of the force is acting towards to the motion. Then opposite, that is the friction, it is happening. That's why it comes to the rest position. So what are the factors affecting on the friction? Friction depends upon two factors. They are nature of the surfaces in contact, that is smoothness of the surfaces. If the surface is very smooth, also it is going to affect. Then how hard the surfaces press together. Friction is less on the smooth surface. So on which surface the friction will be the smooth, children? The friction is less on the smooth surface. Friction is more on the rough surface. So here you can see the diagram of that rough surface. So while we are pulling the object, it comes to rest very fast. Then friction is more if the surfaces are pressed harder. Then friction is less if the surfaces are not pressed harder. So these are the examples for the friction. Next further class, let me take the new topic. Thank you. Bye children.